I fell at my feet to worship him, but he said to me, see, do not do it. I am your fellow servant, and of your brothers who possess the witness of Yahushua. Worship Elohim, for the witness of Yahushua is the Ruach Nabuah, the spirit, the wind of prophecy. And I saw the Shamayim, the heavens opened, and there was a white horse, and he who sat on him was called trustworthy and true, and in righteousness he judges and fights. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, having a name that had been written, which no one understood, no one fully perceived, except himself. And having been dressed in a robe dipped in blood, and his name is called the Debar Yahuwah, the word of Yahuwah. And the armies in the heaven, dressed in fine linen, white and clean, followed him on white horses, and out of his mouth goes a sharp sword, and with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall shepherd them with a rod of iron, and he treads the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of El Shaddai. And on his robe and on his banner he has a name written, Sovereign of Sovereigns and Master of Masters. He is coming. We know that he is the Debar Yahuwah, the word of Yahuwah. The scriptures say that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. And then it tells us further in John chapter 1, Yahuwah chapter 1, that the Word tabernacled or dwelt among us. That word is Sukkah. Yahushua is the picture of the Sukkah. Remember, these are Mikra Kodesh. These are set apart rehearsals. We are preparing people. We are getting ready. It is time to rehearse, time to prepare, because the Messiah is coming to fight. He's coming to fight against the nations who come against him. He's going to go to Harmageddo, to Armageddon. He's going to go to Bachar. He's going to all these places and destroy and fight. He's going to fight for his people. He's going to fight in Yehoshaphat. He's going to fight in Yerushalayim. The Messiah is coming, and he has eyes like flames of fire. His words that come forth from his mouth are stronger than any weapon known to mankind. We better submit ourselves now, prepare ourselves now. We better humble ourselves now and call on Yahuwah now and seek refuge in his sukkah, seek refuge from the storm. We better know the Messiah, because the Messiah will build the house. He will establish the Malkut, Yahuwah. For it is written that the house of Yahuwah will be above all the mountains, all the hills. The word of Yahuwah will come forth from Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. Who is the word of Yahuwah? Yahushua, HaMashiach, Yahushua, the Messiah. He's coming. He's coming. We must prepare. We must be ready. We need to understand what the future has in store for us. Let's go to Revelation 21, verse 1. It says, and I saw a renewed heaven, a renewed Shemayim, and a renewed earth. For the former Shemayim, the former heaven, and the former earth had passed away, and the sea is no more. And I, Yahuchanan, saw the Kodesh city, renewed Yerushalayim, renewed Jerusalem, coming down out of the heavens, from Elohim, prepared as a bride. Keyword, the idea of the sukkah, the chuppah, the idea of marriage. Here we see the renewed Jerusalem is prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the Shemayim saying, see, the booth or the sukkah of Elohim is with men, and he shall dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Elohim himself shall be with them and be their Elohim. And Elohim shall wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor mourning, nor crying, and there shall be no more pain. For the former matters have passed away. And he who is sitting on the throne says, see, I make all matters new. And he said to me, write, for these words are true and trustworthy. And he said to me, it is done. I am the Aleph and the Taw. Those are the first and last letters of the Hebrew language, the Abrit language. The beginning and the end. To the one who thirsts, I give the fountain of the Mayim Kayim, the waters of life, without payment. The one who overcomes shall inherit all this, and I shall be his Elohim, and he shall be my son. This is the fulfillment of the patriarch Abraham when he went on his journey, when he left from Ur the Chaldees. Yahuwah told him that he is to look for a city whose builder and maker is Yahuwah. And he went to the promised land, because in a time to come, the city of renewed Jerusalem shall come down from the heavens, literally, in the place that Abraham went to, where he sought that place whose builder and maker is Yahuwah, and that city is coming. A city whose builder and maker is Yahuwah, the renewed Jerusalem. And his sukkah, his booth shall be with man. This is the ultimate finale. This is the grand conclusion to Sukkot. This is why we are so excited about this time. This is why we are preaching and announcing this time. The house of Yahuwah shall be established. The sukkah of Yahuwah will be with his people. It is time to prepare, time to get our lives in order, because Yahuwah's kingdom is coming. Yahushua HaMashiach told us when we are to pray, he said to say this, Our Father who's in the Shemayim. Kodesh is your name. Let your kingdom, your Malkut, come. Let your will be done on this earth as it is in the Shemayim. The kingdom is coming to the earth. It's time to wake up. It's time to be prepared. There's a lot of myths and fables that people have told about the coming kingdom. People think we're just going to be off in heaven somewhere. They don't realize that Yahuwah's tabernacle is coming to the earth. We better get ready. We better be prepared. Yahuwah will judge this earth. He will destroy the people on this earth who have come to fight against him during the time of Yom Kippur, during the time of the judgment. But after this, he will initiate the time where we all go and worship before Yahuwah during the time of Sukkot, during that time that is called the Messianic age, the time of the Messiah, when he rules and reigns on his throne as a king and a priest on his throne. Hallelujah. And this, my brothers and sisters, is the entire purpose of our hope, of our tikvah, that we should be ready and prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, to enter into the place of Yahuwah, to be in his presence. Hallelujah. In Yeshayahu, Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 6, it says, And in this mountain Yahuwah of hosts shall make for all people a feast of choice pieces, a feast of old wines, of choice pieces with marrow, of old wines well refined. And he shall swallow up on this mountain the surface of the covering which covers all the people, and the veil which is spread over all the nations. He shall swallow up death forever. And he, the Master Yahuwah, shall wipe away tears from all faces, just like we just read in Revelation, and take away the reproach of his people from all the earth. For Yahuwah has spoken. And it shall be said in that day, See, this is our Elohim. We have waited for him, and he saves us. This is Yahuwah. We have waited for him. Let us be glad. And simcha, let us rejoice. This is Sukkot terminology. In his deliverance. And in the Hebrew it literally says, B'Yeshuatu. B'Yeshuatu. In his deliverance. In his Yeshua. And we know again, if you put the name of Yahuwah together with the word Yeshua, you get the name of the branch. The Messiah. Yahushua. Hallelujah. Now let's go to Revelation 22 verse 1 in closing. And it says, And he showed me a river of water of life, Mayin Kayin, clear as crystal, coming from the throne of Elohim and of the Lamb. And in the middle of the street, on either side of the river, was the tree of life, Etz Chaim, which bore 12 fruits, each tree yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. This is what Ezekiel said about the trees that were on either side of those living waters that come forth from the Kodesh place. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. And no longer shall there be any curse. And the throne of Elohim and of the Lamb shall be in it. And his servant shall serve him. And they shall see his face. And his name, Yahuwah, Yod-Heh, Wah-Heh. His name shall be upon their foreheads. And night shall be no more. And they shall have no need of a lamp or of the light of the sun, because Yahuwah shall give them light. And they shall reign forever and ever. And he said to me, these words are trustworthy and true. And Yahweh Elohim of the Kodeshim, the set-apart prophets, has sent his messenger to show his servant what has to take place with speed. See, I am coming speedily. Baruch is he who guards the words of the prophecy of this book. Praise be unto Yahuwah. Kodesh is his name forever. He has commanded us that we take this time of Sukkot to build a sukkah, to build a place that we can inhabit, a place for rejoicing, a place that is symbolic of his own name and his own presence, a place that reminds us that he is coming to establish his booth on the earth, his tabernacle on the earth, a booth that is to remind us that the Messiah came and tabernacled among us, and that he is the branch in which we use to worship Yahuwah during this time of Sukkot, when we simcha, when we rejoice. All of these events are telling us and pointing to a future day. A day, brothers and sisters, where Elohim shall wipe away every tear from their faces. He will remove the curse. We long for the time when Yahuwah's dwelling place will be on this earth, where righteousness will be a beacon of light from the Messiah himself. We live in a lawless time, brothers and sisters, a time of darkness, a time of corruption, and Yahuwah will sound the shofar. He will sound the trumpet, and he will come, and he will fight, and there will be judgment, and there will be atonement. But, brothers and sisters, at the end of the tunnel, that dark and terrible day of Yahuwah says, in that day there is no light, only darkness. The sun shall be dark, and the moon shall not give its light before Yahuwah. During this time, the Shemayim itself will be shaken, the foundations of the earth will be shaken, and Yahuwah will fight. But when he destroys and subdues the nations, and his Messiah is set on his throne, and he shall rule and reign for 1,000 years, and then he will ultimately have the victory over all the powers and principalities, and give the reign to his Father, in which Yahuwah shall bring down the renewed Yerushalayim after the 1,000-year reign of the Messiah. And when this new city, the city that Abraham longed for, the renewed Yerushalayim, when it comes and Yahuwah's tabernacle is with his people, this is the ultimate joy. This is the ultimate simcha. This is the ultimate time for rejoicing. So we rejoice. This is the glad tidings. This is the good news, the bashar of the kingdom, of the malkut, of the reign that is coming. Hallelujah. Every jot, every tittle in the Torah is for a purpose. Everything that was in the tabernacle, in the house of Yahuwah, it is for a purpose. It is all a picture and a foreshadowing. And we are to prepare to get our lives in order so that we may be found worthy to be in the tabernacle of Yahuwah, to be in his Beit HaMikdash, the house of his sanctuary that is to come. We must pray and seek Yahuwah now, so that we can be a part of his master plan, a part of the Malkut HaShamayim, the kingdom of the heavens that is coming. Brothers and sisters, I hope that this series has helped you, has opened your eyes to the realities of the commands of the feast and the appointed times, but also to the realities of the prophetic foreshadowings that we are preaching and proclaiming, that all point to Yahushua HaMashiach, Yahushua the Messiah. He is the revelation, the grand redemption that is coming. And we proclaim this until the day that Yahuwah sets up his kingdom on the earth. Yahuwah be with you. May he barak you and keep you and lead you and guide you into all truth, that you may also partake from the fruit of the tree of life in the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the Shemayim that is coming, and drink from those waters of life, from the Mayim Kaim. Shalom, shalom.
Be strong, do not fear. See, your Elohim is coming. I pour water on the thirsty, and my floods on the dry ground. I pour my spirit and my blessing.